Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I have a cool prepper tip for you. Today we're going to take the stalks from sunflowers and make tinder out of them. Alright everybody, welcome back. So before I begin the video, I want to give a big shout out to City Prepping. He has an amazing video on all of the uses for a sunflower and its many uses for preppers. And I wanted to focus on this one use today because I was going to toss these stalks out. I grew some sunflowers this year and they did pretty good, but sadly the birds ate all the seeds, and what we took down, then the little mice and everything ate all the seeds from that when we were drying them. So we didn't have much luck. We're going to do a better job of that next year. But there's a ton of survival uses. It is like the perfect survival plant. You can even make flour out of the stuff that we're going to be using today. So what we're going to do today is show you how to make some char tinder using the insides or the pith of the stalks from sunflower. And I just have them sitting out here. I got a couple of chunks of the ones that grew by me. So in the past, I have done videos on making char cloth, and that's a fairly simple procedure. And basically what happens is the fibers undergo what's called pyrolysis, and in other words, they're completely consumed by fire, but they're charred and not burned. So the definition of pyrolysis would be the heating of an organic material, such as a biomass, which is going to be the pith inside there, in the absence of oxygen. Because no oxygen is present, the material doesn't combust, but the chemical compounds that make up the material thermally decompose into combustible gases. So you get charcoal. So let's get this set up. I'm going to do it on a piece of cardboard here because I don't want to make a mess on my desk. And I will show you how to make some char tinder out of it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is split down the center. Fairly easy to do. I'm going to use this thing. That's not heavy enough. Let's just use my hand. And we're going to split down the center. And we're going to scrape out the insides here. Okay? You'll notice on the insides here there's all this pith. Now this isn't an enormously huge one, but it will work for our purposes today. We're going to scrape out the insides of it. The other side didn't really have much. You can use a spoon or whatever. I'm just going to probably use the tip of my knife here to see how that goes. And we're going to get all that out of there. Show you what it looks like up close. It almost feels like styrofoam. That's the best way to describe it. It almost feels like a squishy kind of styrofoam. So we're going to get all this out of here. And I'm going to pile it up here, and then we're going to make the char cloth out of it, or the char tinder out of it, I should say. Alright, so I decided on using a little, this is that little, what is it, old-timer carver, and it's got a little spoon knife in it. I decided on using that, and as you can see, this is what we're doing here. We're just scraping out that middle white stuff. You don't want to get too much of the wood behind it, just the pith, the center. And we've done a pretty good job on this. I have a pretty decent amount here. So what I'm going to do next is fire up a way to burn, and we're going to put this in there. Got a little more in here. We're going to put this in here and char it up in a regular char tin. I'm going to use the same char tin I've used for my char cloth for ages, and see how it comes out. So as you can see, we got a nice little pile there. Oh, let me get that in the camera. Got a nice little pile. We're going to char all that up and see the results from it. Alright, so this is the real easy part. You're going to get your fire going on whatever stove you're going to use. I just happen to use this one today. And you're just going to stick it on there. You're going to wait for that to burn. You'll probably see smoke come out of it. You might see a flame out of the middle in your char cloth tin. And after that, you see getting some smoke coming out of there? After that, it will be ready. So I'm going to give this a few minutes to char up. And then we're going to try out the tinder after we're done. Just wanted to bring you back about a minute in. We're still getting the smoke out of there. I can see that the white pith inside is now dark, but it's still got a little ways to go. So we're going to give it a few more minutes. Alright, so at this point I'm not seeing any more smoke. We're going to release some pressure from the stove and let it burn out. There we go. Okay, so that's all done. We're going to take this off the top, and of course we're going to let it cool. I'm going to take it off here with this for now. We're going to let that cool off, and then we're going to show you what's inside. Alright, so that is what you end up with. You end up with this charcoal looking kind of very styrofoam feeling product. We're going to let it cool off a little bit more. I'm going to put some out here, and then we're going to try and see how we can use it. Now, remember that this won't be as efficient as char cloth because char cloth has a flat, wider surface area. But in a pinch, something like this will really, really help you out. And also, too, as an additional add-in to your Tinder, you can crumble this stuff up and add it into your Tinder for a little bit of a better reaction. This can also be used as activated carbon. Now, this will filter out, in your filters, if you use it as another layer of activated charcoal or carbon, this will filter out all sorts of different types of compounds. It will trap organic chemicals and VOC, which are volatile organic compounds, and it makes for an awesome little top first level of your filter. So, let's let it dry off. Let's let it cool off, and then we'll try it out. All right, I spilled a little bit of it, but let's try it out here and see how it works. There you go. You got an ember right there. See? So it's definitely going to be an easy way to pile this stuff up and make a nice fire. So it definitely works very, very well. What I wanted to really show you is the fact that this can be used in a pinch. Now, char cloth, of course, will work better, but this can be used in a pinch, and I don't want to... Got a little ember on that one right there. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it's hot. So that can be used as a pinch to put into a Tinder bundle, blow on it, and get a lot of nice fire coming out of it. So, see, it's still going. That's pretty cool. Trying to blow on it so you can see it. Yeah, there's all sorts of little embers going on in there. So that's a definite way to have a good fire starter, and you can do this with flint and steel, although it'll be a little bit more difficult to hold it there and hit with your striker. But it definitely works pretty well with a ferro rod, and cool little way to get a fire going. And, if you don't have anything else, and you see a sunflower somewhere or a stalk, remember they have to be dried. You can't do this with stuff that's, freshly cut or a healthy sunflower. It has to be dried off already. Still got a little ember going on in there. Has to be dried off already, and then you can char it and make yourself some char tinder. Anyway, that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did like the fact that I could make tinder out of something else, and I like the fact that it's pretty much anywhere I could find it, anywhere where sunflowers are growing, and I have myself a way to start a fire with a little bit of tinder. A lot easier, say, than trying to find some cloth in the middle of nowhere. If I see sunflowers growing, there's some dead ones, I can cut them open, grab the pith out, char it up, and there you go, I've got some tinder. So it's a definite cool little thing. Definitely easy way to make some tinder, and like I said before, this is not only awesome for tinder, but it's also awesome for making a filter, your second level of filter, your third layer of filter, to clean out any kind of volatile organic compounds in your water. So definitely a cool little solution. I definitely like it, and I'll be making up some more as my other sunflowers die, and I'll probably be mixing it in with other tinder so it helps catch the spark a little better. And, again, this wouldn't replace char cloth for me because char cloth is super easy to use. But as you can see, it still had a little bit of an ember burning in there, and it was pretty impressive. So, cool stuff. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out our freeze-dried wholesaler link down below. Just by clicking that link, you're going to save 15%. And don't forget our My Patriot Supply link. That is preparewithiridium.com. That site has been blowing up, so make sure you get your orders in. I can't believe how many people I've got ordering this month, and the size of the orders, too. So make sure you get your order in there. And I thank everybody for doing it. And our Thrive Life link, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, folks. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.